Welcome you on the behalf of our college president, Dr. Michael Redmond, who couldn't be here tonight. And before I begin, I would like to recognize two dignitaries who are in the room tonight who were kind enough to join us. I would ask our Board of Trustees Chairperson, Carol Otis, and the Board Vice Chairman, Mr. Gerard Carroll, to stand and be recognized, please. Although it is a very busy time of year with final exams upon us and the holidays fast approaching, tonight's event is completely in keeping with the festive and celebratory spirit that surrounds us this time of year. There is nothing quite like the sense of camaraderie among nursing students and the feeling of support among family members that are present in a nursing pinning ceremony. I'm sure for many of you, there are moments when you weren't quite sure you're going to make it, but there was always a fellow student, faculty member, or loved one encouraging you on. And now look, you've made it. And while tonight is your night, please don't miss the opportunity to thank the special person or people who contributed to your success. I think most of us have a moment or series of moments when we realize the special role a nurse can play during a difficult time. When my wife was pregnant with our first child, she started going to labor nearly 3 months early. I'm sure you can imagine the gamut of emotions we experienced during that time: fear, anger, injustice, despair. Given the danger of the situation, we had a parade of doctors constantly passing through, some with better bedside manners than others. But through it all, there was a trio of neonatal nurses that became our rocks. There were times when I didn't know what to say to my wife, but one of the nurses could always find the right words of comfort. And I guess the thing that surprised me most was that they were not only concerned about my wife, they were actually concerned about her bumbling husband next to her. They saw that I was really wanted to help her, but I sometimes didn't quite have the words to say. I'm happy to report that my son, although he arrived 2 months early, he grew up fine, and now he's a happy, healthy, and only occasionally irritating 19-year-old. I will never forget the critical role the nurses played in his coming into the world. And I want to thank you for taking on what will undoubtedly similar roles for many patients in your careers. And so I wish you all the best on this great day and much success in your careers leading forward. Congratulations, nurses.
So yes, I can say that that's one thing nursing school has taught us: therapeutic communication and those process recordings. Okay, so now our next speaker would be Dr. Susan Barnard. And again, thank you, Dr.
Good evening. Congratulations. A little excited tonight? Yes. You didn't mind driving here tonight, did you? Before I get started, I want to ask, how many of you have ever been treated by a Bergen Community College graduate? Raise your hands. How many of you have ever asked where your health professional, well, I see the first row, the faculty's here, they ask. The next time you go for any kind of care, whether it's nursing or any of our other programs, whether you have to have an x-ray taken or you're going to see the hygienist, ask where they went to school. And I'll bet you 9 out of 10 of them are graduates of our programs. So you join a very distinguished group of graduates and alumni tonight. As the Dean of Health Professions, I'd like to extend congratulations to the graduates, to your families and friends, and all those celebrating here this evening. The landscape of the delivery of healthcare continues to change. Your commitment to excellence will not be defined by where you practice, but by the values, knowledge, ethics, and competence that have become a part of your professional fabric, as well as the professional advocacy you bring to your patients and to your colleagues. When I think about health professions, I think about the power of connection, the power to work together on behalf of those in your care. You connected with nursing as a career choice. Nearly 2.5 years ago, you connected as a class. You continue to connect with patients, with your faculties and communities Through your experiences in the New Health Professions Integrated Teaching Center, you connected with other professionals and learned about what you each bring to your patients. Tonight, that connection moves you to the next step in your journey. While you'll go your separate ways, this power of connection within your credential and commitment to advancing your profession. Tonight, I wish you continued success and many connections throughout your career that will make it both rewarding and challenging. As you leave the safety net of the faculties and this clinical environment, I want to share some pearls of wisdom that have been shared with me by alumni. I often meet alumni at different functions, or even in my own care, I find alumni. And I'll always say to them, what would you tell a new grad? What would be the best advice you'd give the new grad? And over the years, they haven't changed much. We've had a couple of changes, but not too many. And I want to share those with you tonight. First is love what you do. Advance your education. I know you don't want to hear that tonight. And I know all of you don't want to hear that either. Reach out to the community and make a difference. Be your patient's advocate. Listen to opportunity. Be a member of your professional association. Remain connected to the Bergen Community College Alumni Network. Reach beyond your comfort zone. You've done that for the last 2 years. Keep doing it. Protect your credential. Embrace new opportunities. Stay ahead of the curve, but true to your foundation. Recognize your potential. And once again, love what you do. In closing, I celebrate each of you this evening and hope you'll always feel welcome to return home to your roots at Bergen Community College. Congratulations.
Thank you for those kind words, Dr. Bernard. Now we would like to present to you our very own Dr. Dawn Kozlowski. She is the Associate Dean of the Nursing Program.
Good evening, everybody. You did it. I remember orientation. Do you? Yeah, you try not to sometimes. You went through that handbook for 2 hours. You probably have it memorized. Now you can let it go. So, you've come a long way. Welcome to our distinguished guests, faculty, and faculty, please stand up. If it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be here. They don't really like when I do that. Welcome, graduates, family, and friends. It is an honor and a privilege for me to participate in your pinning ceremony. I was just saying to somebody, I remember mine, we were so nervous. We actually used candles at the time, the lady with the lamp and the candles. We couldn't get them lit. So we don't do that anymore. That has stopped. But I remember how wonderful it was a day, how much of a wonderful day we had, and now you can remember this evening. You will never forget it. You really won't. This will be something that is always there for you. You'll remember your friends you're sitting next to, the pictures in your program. Congratulations. Many of us believe that the pinning ceremony signifies a passage into the professional nursing role. And to that I say, welcome to our profession. Your journey has just begun. But you're not finished. We know you're not. You'll go on for your BSN, then you'll go on for your master's, then you'll get your doctorate, and maybe you'll come back and teach with us. That would be fabulous. We have many adjuncts, full-time faculty, assistant dean, who actually is a graduate of this program. So we would love to have you come back home and work with us again. So why are we here? What is the significance about a pinning ceremony? What does that mean? Well, it started with the ancient tradition in the 12th century, where noblemen wore badges, buttons, to proclaim their loyalty to their king. A coat of arms and were symbols of wisdom, strength, courage, and faith, appeared on buttons, badges, and shields. It is believed that Florence Nightingale attempted to capture that spirit when she chose the Maltese cross. She used that symbol in the first graduating class from her nursing school. The 8 points of the cross are thought to symbolize 8 points of courage. One of the points signifies helpfulness towards the poor and the sick. Modern-day pins have been altered to reflect values or a symbol of the School of Nursing. Our pin portrays the BCC torch. I don't know if you've noticed that. Wear your pin with pride and honor. This is where you began your nursing career. This is your home. You have embarked on a very rewarding journey. You have accomplished much, yet you have so much more to do. Celebrate this achievement. Celebrate it with commitment toward lifelong learning. Feed your curiosity. Be creative. Embrace changes that signify growth and be willing to take risks while attending to standards. Find a mentor. Find a coach. Hang on to the ideals that you cherish and take care of yourself. Advocate for your patients and the health of our society. You will influence outcomes. One nurse can influence outcomes. Be the positive force that you want to be. Remember and nourish the power of nursing. Congratulations to all of our graduates. We are proud of your success. To your family and friends, thank you for your patience. Without you, they couldn't have done it. Thank you for your perseverance. We know you had a lot to do as well. You have played an important role in the life of a future nurse. Once again, congratulations. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Dr. Kozlowski. Next, to share some thoughts with the graduating class is Darlene Zales from Samano. She is our Assistant Dean of Nursing and Clinical Coordinator. Here you are.
Well, good evening. I know I'm the fourth speaker, but I think we should do another round of applause for family, for friends. So every semester there's a new cohort of graduates, and each brings to me a different quality that I observe from the outside. And for fall of 2018, I chose perseverance. Would you agree? Everyone persevered. Okay, so in this moment, you're experiencing such a relief from completed coursework. You're experiencing hopefulness for your nursing career, and I know you're anticipating a lot of sleep. Right? Okay. Your distinguished faculty has prepared you with theory, precepts, with clinical rotations, which will now turn into autonomous, hard work for you. But you won't understand it until you live it. So caring is the essence of nursing. When you walk into your patient's room, you're going to say, I'm your nurse. That promises your patients that you are going to problem solve, you're going to analyze, you're going to prioritize, you're going to listen, you're going to empathize, you're going to go to support, you're going to facilitate, and you're going to educate your patients. This is a true privilege. This is the beginning of an intimate relationship. The work that you're going to be doing is sacred work. It's such an honor. As you continue in your journey, I'm only going to encourage you in two directions. One is education. We want to hear from you. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear about where you're working. I want to hear about what school you're attending. I know a few of you are already enrolled in another program. Congratulations to you. Relish today, but you know this is only the beginning of your education. Second, never stop loving your patients and people. I know loving is not the word that they use in healthcare. It's compassion today. But I'm going to say that love undergirds it all. Nursing is a service discipline. You will never find a nursing role without caring. So, you know that people work is hard. It's not easy. Your patients will drive you crazy. They'll challenge your patience. They'll make you cry and wish you never went into nursing. But on the other hand, they're going to trust you implicitly. They're going to soften your heart. They're going to teach you how to live and thank you for preserving their dignity. Make you cry and make you thankful. We get to be with them every day. We rarely discuss the fingerprints they leave on us. Patients make on us. We're shaped by them incredibly. They're genuine, they're broken, sometimes they're angry, they're joyful, amazing people. So never stop learning, never stop loving. The nursing pins that you're going to wear tonight are symbols of both education and caring in many ways. Wear it with pride, remember the past, ongoing, and future education, and the people who have contributed to that. I'm going to end with a quote from Jean Watson, a nurse theorist, and just think about that in that moment that you have a critical crisis, or the moment you're sharing tears with your patients, or the moment you're sharing tears of sadness with your patients. Maybe this one moment with this one person is the very reason I'm here on earth at this time. Thank you so much for 2 years of pleasure.
Thank you. All right, so now for a change of pace, I present to you one of our own faculty members, Professor Marie Griffo, who will be singing This Is the Moment. It's now my privilege to present to you the class valedictorian, Rachel Kim.
Hello, everyone. My name's Rachel Kim, and apparently I'm your valedictorian. Yep, the girl who burned 2 holes in her graduation gown trying to iron it is your class valedictorian. Go figure. First of all, I'd like to say it is such an honor to stand before you today on behalf of the amazing and, might I say, best graduating nursing class that Bergen has ever had. For everyone's sake, I just have to start the speech by saying that I'm experiencing sinus tachycardia with a respiratory rate of 35 and profuse diaphoresis underneath this gown. And for those of you normal people that have no idea what I'm talking about, in simpler terms, I'm really nervous right now. All jokes aside, nursing school was hard. When we walked into orientation, we were basically signing our lives away for 2 years. So the first crowd I want to acknowledge is the audience in front of us, the parents, the children, the friends, and loved ones. For all the dinners that we missed and all the games and recitals that weren't attended, we love you for all the support you gave us. You held the fort down for 2 whole years so we could succeed. Hey, now you officially have someone in the family you can come to when you have a new ache or a new wart and ask, am I going to be okay? So guys, if you can spot your loved one in the audience, give them a wave and blow them a kiss. To the lovely faculty of Bergen, wow. If you can put up with 40 moody, stressed out students for 4 days a week, then you guys are truly saints. All the work that was assigned to us may have seemed like the end of the world at the time of doing, but we understand you were just preparing us to be the best nurses possible. Our teachers taught us so many things that a textbook could not. Humility, compassion, and dignity in all that we do. To my nursing squad, tonight is finally all about us. Tonight we don't have to worry about cleaning up any code browns or wondering if we got C. diff spores on our clothes. At last, we can kick back and reminisce on the past 2 years. Vicki, I'll never forget when you wore tights under your scrubs during clinical and your pants kept falling down to the ground. Please never lose your sense of humor because it's going to make you an amazing nurse. And Nadia, how about the time during our mental health clinical where you helped a patient finally leave his room after so many days? You stayed next to him as he finally opened up about his issues. That sort of compassion will take you so far in your career. For 2 whole years, we have been fixated on passing exams. If there's anything I learned during my time here, it's that there's so much more to being a nurse than getting good test grades. There are so many people on the stage who worked harder than I have to get here. Many of these graduates have children, mortgages, rent to pay, bills, spouses, sick family members, and full-time jobs. Jasmine, among many others, you had a full-time job in New York and would literally run to class to get there on time every night. Judy, you somehow managed to have a baby and take care of another little one during school. The dedication you guys showed says more about your nursing than a silly test score. All of you on this stage are truly heroic. I stand in awe of all of you. And I am so sad that this crazy ride is coming to an end. The friendships I've made and what I've experienced with this team is indescribable. You have to be there to truly understand the bond that we formed. Guys, if you could turn to your right and turn to your left and give a high five to the person you're sitting next to. Fist bump too. This is not a goodbye, but a see you out there in the trenches. In closing, there are going to be times when we feel frustrated, angry, and pushed to the limits as nurses. In these moments, never forget why you chose this crazy career. You were all meant to be nurses, and each and every one of you possesses the patience and resilience that is required of this job. You get to be part of someone's story, whether you're celebrating with them or grieving with them. This will provide monumental clarity and perspective because your problems won't seem so bad anymore. You get to focus on someone else, putting your own desires aside, and serve someone who knows nothing about your own worries. Enjoying all this may sound crazy, but hey, that's why we chose to be nurses. It's truly a beautiful thing when a career and a passion come together. So guys, congratulations to the nursing class and all that. We finally made it.
Flowers, Rachel, get your flowers.
Check it out.
Thank you, Rachel. All right, well, it's that time. We will now have the pinning of the graduates by two of our faculty members, Dr. Bottom and Professor Sarusi.
Amanda Kate Martinez. Tatiana Monique Rodriguez. Flora Biama Wabuku. Jennifer Connolly. Julissa Encalada. Amanda Hoover. Haley Personette. Allison Erler. Jasmine Anita Quinones. Annabelle Vargas Guidi. Evangelia Nassis. Ryan Carlo Cadolina. Pedro Ugarte Barron. Joseph Bravo. Jean Kim. Nadia Cadquen. Tiffany Polonides. Aaron David King. Sarah Elizabeth Moreno. Brian Garcia. Rachel Kim. Olivia Miles. Kelly Cafone. Nina Darbuz. Jessica Rodriguez.
It's gonna be on YouTube.
Judith Acosta. Faith Kim. Donna Marie Canosa. Alexandra Corby. Erica McClunky. Joshua Chu.